8 hours and 33 minutes. That's how long Hakeem Jeffries talked trying to stop the one big beautiful bill. Spoiler alert, he failed. The bill has just passed and is now heading to President Trump's desk. But while he was breaking records for the longest House speech in history, something darker was rising in his own party. A self-proclaimed socialist with a Marxist agenda straight out of a communist playbook. Government-run grocery stores, $30 minimum wage, rent freezes, and worse. An openly anti-Semitic platform that has even Clinton Democrats sounding alarms. It's not just political theater, it's a complete collapse of Democrat leadership as radicals seize control. The footage is unbelievable. The implications are terrifying. So keep watching. We've got all the details. Now, have you ever wondered what happened to the legendary Chuck Norris? Well, I recently saw a video he made. I was shocked. You know, he's in his 80s. He's still kicking butt, working out, and staying active. And what's even more shocking is he's stronger than ever. He can work out longer and even has plenty of energy left over for his grandkids. He did this by making just one simple change. And he says he still feels like he's in his 50s. His wife even started doing this one thing too, and she's never felt better. She says she feels 10 years younger, her body looks leaner, and she has energy all day. Chuck made a special video and explains everything. You can watch it at chuckdefense.com/next, link down below. It'll change how you think about your health. Okay, cue that timer and let's get rolling here. We've got the story. Let's jump into it here, backing up into our Jeffries. What did he do today? Well, first of all, Mike Johnson made fun of Hakeem Jeffries when he called up to speak before voting on the bill, mockingly opens up a massive binder.
It should be longer than... You know, Ronald Reagan said one time that no speech should be longer than 20 minutes, and unlike the Democrat leader, I'm going to honor my colleague's time and be a little more brief than that, all right?
Basically saying Hakeem Jeffries just disrespected the entire House.
I just want to say something that many of us learned when we were children. We were taught, you know, it takes a lot longer to build a lie than to tell the simple truth.
Yep. Hakeem Jeffries breaks the record for the longest ever recorded speech in U.S. House of Representatives history. Over 8 hours and 33 minutes. This follows the longest open vote in U.S. history by Republicans last night.
And the United States on the other side of the aisle promised to address the high cost of living. Nothing in this bill will meaningfully lower the high cost of living in the United States of America. Nothing. It's incredible to me. All of the promises that were made by some people in this town. That the top priority was going to be to lower the high cost of living in the United States of America. On the other side.
What happens if Timu Obama has to go to the bathroom, right? What, I mean, I'm just curious. You're up there for 8 hours? Well, he did claim tens of thousands of people will die if the BBB passes. Well, it has passed. I guess we're going to have to put up a death count on the screen. Remember they did that during COVID, like on every single news network? Like how many people are dying every day? So I'm sure that's going to be the next thing we'll see on CNN. People are going to die.
A House floor assault on health care in the United States of America, people will die. Tens of thousands. Perhaps year after year after year. As a result of the Republican assault on the health care of the American people. I'm sad. I never thought that I'd be on the House floor saying that this is a crime scene. And House Democrats want no part of it.
Well, I mean, it is a crime scene because Democrats just act criminally all day long. Here we have more Vigilant Fox. Hakeem Jeffries has been talking for over 6 hours on the House floor in a sad and desperate attempt to stall Trump's bill. Embarrassing. Democrats are powerless. They're out of moves. This is their last-ditch effort to delay Trump's victory. That happened.
We are watching as the big, beautiful bill is just one successful House vote away from landing on President Trump's desk. But as we've been watching all morning long, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, he is holding up that final vote. He's been speaking on the House floor for about 6 hours now, and he's expected to keep.
Yeah, he's going to keep going. This is what leadership looks like. An exciting bill, combines the best of the 2017 Trump tax cuts with Trump's campaign promise for working Americans.
Had their say.
This is Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent.
This is what leadership looks like. It's President Trump's leadership united the Republican Party. Everyone had their say, and now everyone's coming together. And look, this is an exciting bill. It combines the best of the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act with President Trump's campaign promises for working Americans: no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, lower taxes on Social Security, deductibility of American-made cars, along with the president's agenda on the border, on school choice, on defense. And only President Trump could have gotten this into one big, beautiful bill and gotten it to his desk on July 4th. So we are going to sign this and then start the 250th anniversary of our country. This is what leadership looks like.
What a way to start the celebration of America on the 4th of July with the signing of the big, beautiful bill. Here we have, well, we wait on pins and needles for Hakeem Jeffries to finish blowbeating. I love it because they're proving who they are.
Who they are. We'll wait on pins and needles.
This is Stephanie Pomboy, Macro Maven's president.
We'll wait on pins and needles for Hakeem Jeffries to finish bloviating. I mean, I think I love it just because they're proving who they are, you know? I mean, how can you be opposed to, extending the Trump tax cuts and providing no tax on overtime and no tax on Social Security? I mean, these are all things everyone should wish for. So the fact that he's spending 3 hours, excoriating the bill is kind of good from the standpoint of the midterms. So we'll wait.
Yeah, we're going to wait and see what happens, but we know what happened. We won. And speaking of winning, this is really scary if he does win. Zoran Mandami, well, President Trump says he would arrest him if he impedes ICE operations.
And will not allow President, your beloved New York City may well be led by a communist soon, Zoran Mandami, who in his nomination speech said he will defy ICE and will not allow ICE to arrest criminal aliens in New York City. Your message to communist Zoran Mandami.
Well, then we'll have to arrest him. Look, we don't need a communist in this country, but if we have one, I'm going to be watching over him very carefully on behalf of the nation. We send him money. We send him all the things that he needs to run a government. And by the way, they get about 3 times what you get, Ron. If you look at the per capita, Florida gets 1/3 of what New York gets in terms of the numbers. Why don't you give us those numbers?
Yeah, well,
because that's what we should send him.
Yeah, well, like sometimes people say Florida gets more because they count.
So President Trump has vowed to arrest him. Here he has gone off on Trump after stating that he would be arrested. The president of the United States just threatened to have me arrested, stripped of my citizenship, put in a detention camp, and deported. We will not accept this intimidation. Well, it doesn't matter if you accept it or not. You break the law, you're going to be in cuffs. So you're going to have to accept it regardless. Yeah, keep crying. And here we have Nick Shirley asking New Yorkers about the potential new mayor. He's self-proclaimed Democrat socialist, but people are calling him a communist. Let's listen to this.
How do you feel that this guy could potentially be the next mayor of New York City?
Dude, we're doomed if he's mayor. We're going to go full communist. This is not going to work out well. And I've resisted leaving New York for many reasons over the years, but I think this is going to be the final nail in the coffin, and I won't be able to survive in the city with him. No way.
If this guy wins, you're leaving.
I'm going to have to. I mean, my business will be destroyed.
What worries you most about him being elected?
I'm worried about there being complete, total chaos and our mayor actually promoting chaos, promoting and allowing all the protesters, all the peaceful protesters to do their thing. And it's going to be really scary.
And this guy right now who's running for mayor, he is one of the fellow protesters himself.
Right. It's scary. I mean, seeing him get in the faces of the police that are supposed to protect him. You know, I saw that one video where he's in the face of, I think it was state troopers, which, you know, they're here to protect the governor and mayor sometimes, and I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, he wants to get rid of the police and have social workers protect us. How's that going to work?
How do you feel that this guy could potentially be the next mayor of New York City?
Dude, we're doomed.
Yeah, you could tell people are not too pleased about it. And here is Mondami in his own words. New York City mayoral candidate. This video was leaked by a member of his local mosque.
Who refuse to acknowledge this genocide. When I get to 3, I want you to say ceasefire now. 1, 2, 3. Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! I want to ask you one final thing, to join me in a chant. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Thank you so much, brothers and
That's just a sample of what New York's got in store. Former Clinton pollster Mark Penn sounding the alarm on Zohran Mamdani, saying this is a 9/11 moment for the 9/11 moment for the Democrat Party.
This is a 9/11 moment for the Democratic Party in the sense that he's an anti-Semitic socialist. I think you have to throw both of those things at him, because he has really not disavowed the global intifada. He has not really disavowed his comments that we should seize the means of production. He is perhaps the most extreme major candidate ever to win such a major office. And the system itself, the primary system, has been hijacked. There normally would have been a runoff, which would have then exposed his views rather than his smiling through the primaries. But I think that it's absolutely essential here that this not become Mamdani versus Trump. That's his strategy. If he can get rid of the idea that there are 2 other candidates or maybe 1 other candidate opposing him and he's running against Trump, well, he'll win that one. This is a 9/11 moment.
This is a 9/11 moment for New York, but it is a victorious moment for the United States as the big, beautiful bill passed, despite the fact of 8 hours of constant rambling from Hakeem Jeffries, the dime store Obama. So if you got value from this report, tab subscribe. My final thought is coming up now. Hakeem Jeffries just set a record nobody should be proud of. 8 hours and 33 minutes of pure desperation. And for what? The one big, beautiful bill passed anyway. While he was screaming, people will die, this is a crime scene about tax cuts for working Americans, the socialist wing, the communist wing of his party, is plotting a real crime scene. Enter Zohran Mamdani, a government-run grocery store, $30 minimum wage, rent freezes, anti-Semitic rhetoric, so toxic, even Clinton pollster Mark Penn called it a 9/11 moment for the Democratic Party. This is what losing looks like. The old guard filibusters itself into irrelevance while Marxist sees control. No tax on Social Security, they called it murder. No tax on overtime, they spent 8 hours trying to stop it, and they still lost. So here's my question. Is this the end of the Democrat Party as we know it? Drop your comment below. And show your American pride with our President Otto Pen collection, our alligator Alcatraz gear, our Mag Avengers shirt, or whatever you'd like to support the Next News Network by going to shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.